The sentencing. October 3rd, 2025. A date that marks one of hip-hop's most dramatic turns. In a quiet New York courtroom, the judge's gavel strikes, echoing across decades of fame and fortune. 50 months in federal custody, the judge declares. Sean Diddy Combs, once hailed as the architect of modern hip-hop entrepreneurship, listens without reaction. Around him, cameras click. Reporters type. Supporters whisper disbelief. Outside, headlines flash across the world. Diddy sentenced. For some, it's justice. For others, it's a tragedy of a fallen icon. Music shifts from somber to investigative tone. To understand how it came to this moment, we must rewind 3 decades, back to Harlem, the Bronx, and a young man with a relentless drive. The king of bad boy. Born Sean John Combs in Harlem, New York, 1969, he learned early that hustle meant survival. After attending Howard University, he interned at Uptown Records, where his energy stood out. By 1993, Combs launched Bad Boy Entertainment, turning local talent into global stars. The roster read like a Hall of Fame: the Notorious B.I.G, Faith Evans, 112, Mase. With every radio hit, Diddy shaped the sound of a generation. He expanded beyond music, Sean John Fashion, Ciroc Vodka, and later Revolt TV, becoming a multi-millionaire symbol of Black entrepreneurship. But behind the glow of platinum plaques and champagne deals, industry whispers circulated. Stories of temper, control, and a lifestyle that blurred business with indulgence. For years, they stayed whispers. Until 2023, the whispers turned to storm. In November 2023, singer Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of abuse and coercion. The case was settled within 24 hours, neither side admitting wrongdoing, but the headlines lit a fuse. Soon after, additional women came forward with separate civil claims. Federal investigators took notice, examining whether the allegations pointed to broader criminal conduct. By early 2024, what began as tabloid gossip became a federal inquiry. Agents traced financial transfers, travel logs, and communications. Sound montage. Breaking news. Federal agents raid homes of music mogul Sean Combs. On March 25, 2024, Homeland Security and federal task forces raided Combs' Los Angeles and Miami properties. Footage of helicopters and agents in tactical gear spread across every network. Through it all, Diddy maintained silence. No tweets, no interviews, no press statements. The arrest and charges. In May 2024, federal prosecutors unsealed an indictment charging Sean Combs with multiple offenses: racketeering, conspiracy, coercion, narcotics distribution, and the transportation of individuals across state lines for prostitution. Combs pleaded not guilty to all charges. His attorneys called the case a gross distortion fueled by social media hysteria. According to court filings reviewed by Reuters and AP News, investigators cited witness testimony, financial records, and digital messages as evidence. Prosecutors described what they termed a pattern of exploitation disguised as celebrity lifestyle. Supporters insisted Diddy was being targeted because of his wealth and influence. The battle lines were drawn inside the courtroom and across the internet. Inside the trial. June 2025, the federal courthouse in Manhattan. Jury selection lasted over a week. 12 jurors, 6 alternates, and a nation watching live feeds outside. Prosecutors presented a timeline spanning more than a decade, calling former assistants, security staff, and business partners. Some described an environment of fear, others refused to testify. The defense countered that each witness had a financial motive and that the government was overreaching. Midway through the trial, CNN and Business Insider confirmed that a video, recorded in 2016, surfaced showing a confrontation between Combs and Cassie Ventura. While the clip was not officially entered into evidence, its circulation reshaped public opinion. After 6 weeks of testimony, deliberations stretched for 3 days. The verdict: guilty on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution and related conspiracy. Acquitted on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Outside court, Crowds reacted with cheers and protests in equal measure. Sentencing day. Somber piano returns. October 3rd, 2025. Dozens of reporters crowd the benches. Victims read statements describing trauma and loss. Judge Arun Subramanian addresses the court. Violence against women must be met with accountability, regardless of status or wealth. He sentences Combs to 50 months in federal prison and 1 year supervised release. Defense attorneys announce an immediate appeal, arguing judicial bias. As Diddy is escorted out, reporters shout questions. He remains silent. Outside, fans and activists fill the streets around Foley Square, some holding signs reading "Justice served," others "Free Diddy." Life behind bars. Combs was assigned to FCI Fort Dix, a low-security federal institution in New Jersey. According to reports from NBC New York, his team requested placement there to allow family visits and access to rehabilitation programs. Behind the walls, sources told the New York Post that Combs started a mentorship initiative called Free Game with Diddy, teaching entrepreneurship to fellow inmates. To supporters, it showed growth. To critics, a carefully managed image. Meanwhile, his empire staggered. Endorsement contracts on hold, Revolt TV under new leadership, and the Sean John brand fading from store shelves. Reflective guitar motif plays. For the first time in 30 years, Sean Combs had no press team, no studio, no stage, just time to reflect on how a Harlem dream turned into a federal case. The legacy question. What remains of Sean Combs' legacy? To many artists, he opened doors that once seemed locked. To his critics, his story is a warning about unchecked power. Music historians will still credit him for redefining hip-hop business culture. But the conversation around accountability in entertainment will always include his name. Whether his appeal succeeds or fails, one chapter is closed, and a new one has begun behind prison walls. The aftermath. In the months following sentencing, hip-hop continues to reckon with its own culture of power and silence. Artists debate whether to separate the music from the man. Fans revisit old albums, hearing lyrics through a different lens. Civil lawsuits remain pending. Federal appeals continue. And through official statements, Combs maintains his innocence and focus on personal redemption. In the end, Diddy's story is about ambition and accountability colliding in the public eye. A story of how fame can lift you beyond imagination and how the truth can bring you back to earth. If this documentary gave you new perspective, show your support. Backhand index pointing right, like this video to keep important stories visible. Backhand index pointing right, comment your thoughts below. Was justice served? Or is there more to learn? Backhand index pointing right, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth reports. Thank you for watching Diddy Combs, the rise, fall, and scandal that shook hip-hop. Stay aware, stay informed, and remember, the truth always has a beat.